This video is brought to you by CatBeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
I want you guys to look up and down this NXT Takeover Brooklyn match card. I want you guys to look at 3 of the 5 matches specifically for this show. We're going to look at Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas. We're going to look at Hideo Itami versus Alistair Black. And we're going to look at the Authors of Pain versus Sanity. Now, the difference between the tag team title match and those other 2 matches that I just mentioned is that there's been at least a couple of weeks of build. The one glaring issue from the tag team title match that I know, alongside me, everybody else was feeling the same way. Sanity is Sanity. They're a good-looking stable, but it's not something that is going to get you overly excited. Then you got the Authors of Pain. People are impressed by them because of their size. They're coming a long way. As we watch week by week, we're getting to see them grow. And they're a dominating tag team in WWE who have yet to be defeated. That's the only difference between those 3 matches. But those 3 matches in general have had very, very little build outside of the Women's Championship between Ember Moon and Asuka, and then Bobby Roode versus Drew McIntyre. Because there was a lot of movable elements in the World Championship situation that I thought WWE was going to bring into play last night during TakeOver, but did not. But the main focus I want you guys to look at is those 3 matches. Look at the undercard for NXT TakeOver. Think back to what you saw last night. What was the best match of the night? It could swing either way. It could swing either way. You got Ember Moon and Asuka who put on a fucking phenomenal match. And then you got Johnny Gargano, little old Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, whose new logo looks like a fucking emoji with one eye closed. And then you got Andrade Cien Almas, who's got a fucking transformation right before our very eyes that I think is going to take him to a possible world fucking title. Andrade had absolutely no buzz around him. No. None. No buzz whatsoever. All because they added a beautiful woman by his side. That alone enhances him tenfold to the point where people now care. That opening match is not only an opening match for an NXT show. That match, when I watched that and that fucking bell rung at the end of that first match, that match was a fucking eye-opener. An eye-opener. And I'm sitting there thinking, on the edge of my fucking seat, watching little old Johnny Gargano and Andrade Cien Almas, who 6 months ago was fucking useless to everybody. Had the in-ring skill, but useless to everybody. You look at that opening match, and each and every one of us watching last night asked the same question universally. Why is that not portrayed on the main roster? I don't know. I don't know what's so difficult. What is the difference? It's the same brand, under the same banner, under the same flag. The only difference is the logo is yellow compared to red or blue. What is the difference? Why was this match booked a week ago? This match was made a week ago. Not by Gargano. Not by Almas. But Zelina Vega threw out the challenge to Gargano. My client wants a takeover match. Johnny Wrestling hasn't missed a takeover since he's been with NXT. Let's do it. There's been no interaction between Almas or Gargano. Zelina Vega was the middle woman here. But when they get in the ring to open their show, why is that match going to be better than literally everything on SummerSlam's main card outside of the Universal Championship match? Can someone please explain that to me? Why? Why, for 14 minutes, was that crowd invested in 2 men who had nothing to do with one another before last night? I don't get it. It's like an unsolved mystery. It's like an unsolved mystery. Then you look at the tag team title match. You look at the tag team title match, and you got two heel teams in the tag team title match. Nobody was really invested in that match. Nobody couldn't give a fuck who won that match. But as the match went on, we started to see the momentum shift into Sanity's favor, more so than the Authors of Pain. You know, Eric Young was the catalyst in that match. It was supposed to be Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane, but then I guess the rules were bent last night. I don't know if they're following the Freebird rule or not. I don't see why they wouldn't be using it. Eric Young just hops up on the apron, tells Killian Dane to get off the fucking apron, get out of the match. I'm taking over. I guess that's what he can do because he's the leader of Sanity, and they abide by his fucking ruling. But they bent the rules. Eric Young was not the fucking man that was supposed to be in that match. In fact, I wouldn't even make it that big of a deal. Eric Young taking the place of Killian Dane, I actually think that made Sanity at a disadvantage against the Authors of Pain. Eric Young willingly wanted to be in this match, tells the much larger man to get off the apron, and puts his team at a bigger disadvantage, even with the numbers game on the outside. But the point of the matter is here, Sanity, lukewarm, not really over, not really hated. Authors of Pain, you could swing either way, you either love them or you don't give a shit about them. You know? But at the end of that match, people were fucking chanting and cheering for Sanity as they won the tag team titles. Two heel teams. Two heel teams. And for one night only. I don't know if it's going to be going into future episodes, but for one night only. Sanity was a babyface team. WWE put two heel teams together, and by the end of the night, Sanity were the babyfaces. And as a result, they won the tag team titles. Minus the ending of Red Dragon, just the Shrunk Bull teams. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. They are together. The rumors are no more. They are together. Alistair Black and Hideo Itami, another one. How do you make your superstars feel special? How do you want to reward your superstar, your fucking absolutely scorching, white-hot fucking superstar in Alistair Black? How do you want to make him feel special? You have a fucking live band. You have the band that's playing his theme music. Play it live in the venue. That was a rock star, grade A superstar, world champion type entrance last night. That's how you make a superstar feel special. And that's how you make a superstar feel special to the people watching at home and watching in the audience. You care for your up-and-comers. You care for the guys moving up the ladder. You take care of them and you continue to build. You don't build and then take away. You don't build and then take away for another 2 or 3 months. This stop and start bullshit. You either go all in or you don't go in all in at all. You fold your fucking hands. This is what NXT does right. They go all in. They don't go all in with everybody. There's been some stop and start pushes in NXT. But in most cases, it's not the WWE superstar's fault. It's some other fucking element that's beyond their control. But with Alistair Black, they've gone all in. And it continues to build. And by next WrestleMania, Alistair Black is going to be your new NXT champion. When people seen that, he was already a superstar in my eyes. He's got the makings of fucking an unbelievable superstar. But to see that entrance and the crowd appreciate him, and then appreciate him even more so after it looked like he had a fucking broken nose 3 minutes into the match, and after the match that those two guys put on, literally beating the fuck out of one another, how can you not appreciate Alistair Black in that situation? How can you not appreciate Hideo Itami? Two men who've only had 1 week of build. 1 week of build. And it all started from an interview that was conducted by one of the female correspondents in NXT. Hideo Itami felt like he was being disrespected. He took the microphone and ran to the ring during an Alistair Black match. They met face to face. He was met with black mass. Match was made. 3 matches on the NXT Brooklyn undercard that had absolutely nothing to do with one another outside of maybe 1 or 2 weeks. And that's what made the show. That's what made Asuka and Ember Moon better than it was. That's what made Bobby Roode and Drew McIntyre a great main event. What is the difference between NXT and WWE? It's the fact that everybody outside of the main event scene is being nurtured and cared for and brought up. NXT, the people who run NXT, care about their undercard. Gargano, Almas, Black, Itami. That is your undercard for NXT. Why, when you look at that crowd, are they invested in a match that literally was put together days before the event? And then when you watch SummerSlam and you see a match that really shouldn't be taking place, people sitting on their hands, dead quiet, not giving two fucks. And by the end of that show, everybody's going to be wanting to be back at TakeOver again. The process that is NXT and WWE is just mind-boggling to me. What Triple H has done, seemingly taking nothing and making it feel fucking important. How do you take a match that has nothing going for it and it ends up being match of the night? Meanwhile, this shit on SummerSlam's card with bigger name guys that I should care about that have been built in 1 week that I don't care about. You got Jinder Mahal defending the WWE title against Shinsuke Nakamura. Someone who I care about. I don't care about it. You got John Cena and Baron Corbin. Built out of 1 week. I don't care about it. Everything else on that show, I don't care about it. Why don't I care about it? It's because for months, WWE has not cared about their undercard. For months, WWE does not care about anybody if your name is not Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar or Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, you know, guys like that. I don't understand what the problem is. NXT gives people opportunities. Triple H is giving these guys opportunities. They go out there and they kill it. Kill it! How is it so difficult to take a Johnny Gargano after what he did last night? How is it so difficult to translate that to the main roster? Why are they doing it right in NXT, and then when someone like Gargano makes it to WWE's main roster, he's banished to 205 Live, and nobody fucking gives a shit about him? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. The build for Brooklyn was pretty much non-existent. It was there. WWE did what they had to do on their weekly television program going into the shows 4 or 5 weeks out. The show was built around SummerSlam. WWE really didn't go all in with this build. This show was going to succeed because it's riding the coattails of SummerSlam. More times than not, WWE ends up having TakeOver being better than SummerSlam. That's been the case for the last 3 years. But it's just staring you right in the face. This year, specifically, how can you take something that has been so underwhelmed leading up to this event and you build it on, you know, the foundation that this is your WrestleMania? You know, that's a pretty bold statement to make. A lot of these matches really were just put together just late. Like I said, this is your WrestleMania. And it ended up being built from nothing, and it was made to be. This was actually better than WrestleMania. The differences between NXT and WWE main roster, you know, more and more over the months just becomes, it's scary. It's absolutely scary how Triple H's vision in NXT is exactly what we want to see on the main roster. Everything from building talent to fucking having, you know, the fans care about someone who they really shouldn't care about. Fans are manipulated. Fans are puppets. WWE tells you to cheer for this guy, cheer for that guy. It's bizarro world when someone's booed when he's supposed to be cheered, or cheered when he's supposed to be booed. WWE blatantly makes fun of their fans as if the fans are doing something wrong. Why? Why are you trying to manipulate your fan base for cheering somebody else over another? You don't see none of that in NXT. You're not going to hear fucking Mauro Ranallo utter anything about being Bizarro Land. You know? Was it Bizarro Land that Bobby Roode, a heel, gets fucking cheered? Is it Bizarro Land? Huh? Bizarro World? That the guy's entrance is fucking 10 minutes long and for 10 minutes straight the fans are singing along with his fucking lyrics? You know? Is it Bizarro Land that Asuka is a heel cheating to win and people are still cheering for Asuka? Is it Bizarro Land that Hideo Itami is a heel and people are cheering and appreciating Hideo Itami? Same thing with Almas. How could you not cheer Almas after that fucking match you put on last night? It is fucking scary, the differences between the main roster and NXT. That show last night was the exclamation point, was the cherry on top of the cake. And it's going to continue. NXT is only going to get better. Adam Cole came in as a fucking heel. Right? He attacked a babyface Drew McIntyre. You go watch WWE.com and the exclusive 16,000 people are chanting Adam Cole's name. It's Bizarro World? No. Triple H has trained his fans and the people who watch NXT to appreciate every facet and aspect that show produces. WWE wants you to like only some of the show. And they manipulate you to like who they want you to like. If not, it's like they're a parent and you're the kid. They punish you. They either treat the talent like shit or they take them off TV completely. Never to be seen again. Meanwhile, guys like Gargano and Almas, they'll continue to be future staples on NXT. You know? It is fucking scary. It is absolutely scary. And I hope you guys seen that. Reason why there was no review last night, I am physically exhausted from this weekend. Physically exhausted. You try taking public transportation in New York City on 90-degree days, fucking going back and forth between meet and greets and signings and just random shit. Eating, drinking, bar hopping. I'm exhausted. Got home last night after Solid Monster's meet and greet. Shout out to him. So fucking cool in person. Got home, tried to watch NXT Takeover. I fell asleep during the tag team title match. Fell asleep during the Sanity Authors of Pain match. Woke up, the fucking show was over. My TV shut off because there's a timer on my TV where if there's no movement in front of the TV, it just shuts off by itself. Woke up early, watched it this morning. Eyes wide open, refreshed. And I'm like, wow. Wow. You want to talk about the best takeover of the fucking year? You got it. You got it this weekend. Absolutely phenomenal show. I enjoyed it so much, I'm going to actually go back and watch it again later. Just to feel it all in again or take it all in again. What these guys did last night was absolutely fantastic. They treated it like a big event and it fucking superseded everybody's expectations. Unbelievable show. Opening match scene, Andrade Cien Almas versus Johnny Gargano. This match went 13 minutes, and the crowd was fucking absolutely on fire. Absolutely on fire. When you talk about one of the best matches in NXT this year, this will be in that list. No question. Absolutely no question. Gargano is so fucking good at what he does, man. There's not one match that I watch Gargano wrestle in where I don't want him to overcome the odds. It's either his facial expressions, the way he just fucking sells. It's as if he's been doing this fucking every day of his life, man. Like he came from his mother's womb, fucking just selling a wrestling move. The guy is absolutely phenomenal. If they don't realize that they have the next Daniel Bryan in Johnny Gargano, they should not be in the wrestling business. I see Daniel Bryan written all over Johnny Gargano. Maybe not world championship material. Maybe. But the guy certainly should be given a fucking opportunity. He is too good. Too fucking good. Every situation that the man is in, you want him to fucking pull out. And the matches are all fucking unbelievable. You want him to pull out a fucking unbelievable come-from-behind victory. And the thing with Gargano is, he don't even fucking realize it. His work is so good that he's got the crowd, 16,000 people in the palm of his fucking hand, and he doesn't even fucking realize it. Anything that Gargano would have done last night, if he won that match last night, that crowd would have fucking exploded if he pulled out a huge victory over Almas last night. In turn, he made himself look fantastic, and in turn, he made Almas look fantastic. Going into this match, I knew with Zelina Vega being added to Almas's act that there's no way they were going to make him lose. Gargano is so over that he's at a point right now that he can lose some, and it's not going to affect him at all. It's like he's wearing a bulletproof vest. Almas needed the win, and that's exactly what he did. There was a spot here towards the end where Almas gets a 2 count off of a tornado DDT. Almas goes for a sunset flip powerbomb before hip tossing Gargano into the corner. Now, Johnny did a head scissors, tilt-a-whirl, turned it into the Gargano escape. A head scissors, round and round we go, brings Almas down to the mat for his submission move. It was a shoulder lock. Andrade spins out, turns that, reverses that into a roll-up, and then he lifts Gargano up for a fucking buckle bomb that looked absolutely brutal. So, Almas then, with Gargano in the corner after the buckle bomb, does his running knees. My God, I would not want to be on the receiving end of Almas's running knees, man. Those look fucking absolutely sick. Gargano hits a pair of super kicks coming out of the corner, and then picks Almas up and throws him into the middle turnbuckle. Long dart, just fucking hurls him into the middle turnbuckle. Zelina then sees Almas defeated. At that point, Gargano was setting up for the end. Zelina Vega at the end takes a DIY t-shirt. A DIY t-shirt. Throws it at Johnny Gargano. He's looking at it, and he's fucking confused. That was enough for a distraction, and Almas grabbed the hammerlock DDT and nailed Johnny Gargano with his finishing move to get the victory over Johnny Wrestling, man. Unbelievable opening match. Started off slow. Crowd started off, actually, surprising, the crowd started off silent. Because we had that band Code Red with a video package of NXT superstars and highlights play on the Titantron. They were playing the intro to Takeover Brooklyn, or the theme song to Takeover Brooklyn. And then when it was over, the crowd was like, just get on with the fucking wrestling already. So the crowd was still coming down from the shitty music that they just heard. But by the end of the match, Almas and Gargano, they made them forget about whatever shitty music that was being played. That match was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Andrade Cien Almas needed the win. He got the win. Big things to come for Andrade Cien Almas with Zelina Vega. He beats Johnny Gargano with the hammerlock DDT at 13 minutes and 13 seconds. Tag team title match, Authors of Pain versus Sanity. Corey Graves comes out to do commentary. 4-man commentary booth. Actually, surprisingly well. That other fucking goon there, Percy Watson, really didn't get much in as far as, commentary in on the match. Thank God. It was Morrow, mostly Morrow, Nigel, and Corey Graves. Authors of Pain versus Sanity. This surprised the living shit out of me. Because I didn't think the Authors of Pain were ever going to lose those tag team titles. But WWE felt like there was a change. A change was needed. And I think a lot of that has to do with what we've seen with Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Really. Authors of Pain lose the NXT Tag Team Championships to Sanity. Going into this match, I couldn't give one flying fuck about this match. The build was there, but I did not care. And I didn't care for the reasons that I told you in the beginning. Sanity was a heel team. Authors of Pain are a heel team. I would have been under the impression that WWE would have taken the babyface team for months in Heavy Machinery and built up Heavy Machinery to take the titles off of the Authors of Pain. WWE clearly had other things in mind. And this ended up being a very, very, very good tag team match. We've seen better tag team matches in NXT this year, but this ended up starting off slow. Crowd not really caring. To, again, crowd absolutely loving what they seen, respecting everybody involved, and the ending was fucking great. Like I said, midway through, or actually, in the beginning of the match, I'd say about 1/4 of the way through the match, Eric Young gets up on the apron. He tells Killian Dane to go away. Stand by ringside. I got this. He wants to team with Alexander Wolf instead of Killian Dane. Seemingly giving his team the disadvantage, being that the Authors of Pain are two monsters of fucking beasts, you know? Two beasts. Obviously, Killian Dane is the good equalizer. Eric Young is the much smaller man, with Alexander Wolf going against two fucking behemoths in Akin and Razor. A little weird there, but we may see Sanity start using the Freebird rule. If the New Day can do it, you know? If the New Day can do it, why can't Sanity? You know? Same premise. Same thing, same makeup. Why not? You know? We could see mixtures of tag teams. That would give Sanity the advantage of going against any other team, you know? We could see Eric Young and Alexander Wolf, Eric Young and Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf. You know? It is what it is. I like it. I don't know why they haven't been doing that yet. But the kicker of this match was the ending. So Eric Young goes up for a huge elbow drop. Beautiful looking elbow drop does Eric Young deliver. That was broken up. Nikki then grabs the legs of Young in the corner because they were planning, Akin and Razor, to do a Tower of Doom. They were thinking about doing a Tower of Doom. So Nikki holds Eric Young's legs as she gets onto the apron. And we got the Authors of Pain. I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Akin powerbombing Razor instead of Eric Young going along with them in the Avalanche, or the Tower of Doom. So Authors of Pain end up powerbombing themselves. So Eric Young does a top rope elbow drop, gets a 2 count, and then Sanity hits back-to-back suicide dives. So we see Alexander Wolf, who I've never seen fly before. He does a suicide dive. We got fucking Eric Young doing suicide dives, right? Nikki Cross then wants to get into the action. She jumps off the fucking top rope. She jumps off the top rope into Akin's arms, and conveniently there was a table propped up against the barricade that seemingly both teams forgot that they did earlier in the match. So Akin catches Nikki Cross. He might have been thinking about slamming her through the table, but Killian Dane, like a fucking freight train, comes out of nowhere, cross bodies Akin with Nikki Cross as he has her in a power slam position, cross bodies both of them through the table. Nikki Cross risking life and limb to take out Akin, giving Killian Dane the assist, putting him through the table on the outside. So then we get a belly-to-back, middle rope neckbreaker combo from Eric Young and Alexander Wolf on Razor. 1, 2, 3. Sanity are your new NXT Tag Team Champions. I was surprised by that ending. I really didn't know why. I thought the Authors of Pain were going to win it. I didn't think WWE was going to give Sanity the win. Now that I look back at it, you know what? Sanity's been doing a lot of nothing. You know? They've been built up as a really, really true stable in NXT, and they really haven't done anything outside of, you know, Eric Young's bickering and getting into a feud with No Way Jose and Roderick Strong, you know, Ty Dillinger. They were doing a lot of nothing. Now, giving them the tag team championships after the Authors of Pain have had a decent run. Don't take nothing away from the Authors of Pain. But giving Sanity the tag team championships, it's like finally giving them a reason. Finally giving them something to do now that's important, making them feel important after, like I said, doing a lot of just middleman work, a lot of mid-card work, a lot of nothing that will lead nowhere. So Sanity is your tag team champions. After the match, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish come out of nowhere and just beat up all 4 guys. They did Chasing the Dragon. I forgot who they did it to. It might have been on Eric Young, I believe. But they did their finishing move, Chasing the Dragon. Red Dragon at the end, they just kicking away, kicking away at the Authors of Pain. They destroyed Sanity. At the end of all this attack, they hold up the Tag Team Championships and then throw the Tag Team Championships to the ground. So you know that Red Dragon, I don't know if they're going to be called Red Dragon, but they are indeed a duo in NXT. And that is the best thing for them. The absolute best thing for them. And if you think that was the last we've seen of them, you are sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. And I loved how they were introduced in the main event. Hideo Itami versus Alistair Black. Actually, I went with the Authors of Pain in my prediction show. Got it wrong. You know? Not going to get them right all the time. I was surprised by it. I didn't think WWE was going to do it, but looking back at it, I don't mind it. Sanity's your new Tag Team Champions. Hideo Itami versus Alistair Black. This one was 50-50 for me. This one was 50-50 for me. JR's on commentary. Sounded good last night. Sounded like he had some energy. Last time we seen Jim Ross on commentary, he was kind of like drained. He didn't have much energy to him. Black is a fucking superstar. Absolute fucking superstar. The guy's got money written all over him. He got a superstar entrance, Code Red, playing their theme song for Alistair Black. He comes walking down a separate aisleway that leads right into the main entranceway, walks through the fucking band performing, comes up first with, with his casket coming up from the grave type deal, right? And he walks through the fucking band performing. He's got the lead singer singing right in his face. The bass player's fucking going crazy. It was a rock star, superstar entrance, man. He makes his way down to the ring. Crowd is going crazy for him. Music stops. You see the appreciation that, Alistair Black has achieved right now in NXT. The guy is fucking great at what he does, man. Love it. In such a short amount of time, he's become one of the most must-see things in all of WWE. And he's got the in-ring skill to back it up. Hideo Itami is a newly turned heel. Hideo Itami has been bitten by the injury bug, the bad luck bug. It's nothing that he did. If he wasn't hurt, he'd be multi-time NXT champion, probably on the main roster by now. But Hideo Itami has had just bad luck. Injuries plagued him for 2 years. They pushed him as this big thing. They brought him in, right? Changed his name, gave him this big fucking entrance. All this hype around him. Got hurt. Then he was out for a year and a half. Got hurt again. And then he was out for another 6 months. Guy pretty much took fucking almost 2 years off from injury just to recuperate. And WWE brought him back. They put him in a match with Bobby Roode. That was a one-and-done deal just to fill TakeOver's main event at the last show. But Hideo Itami really hasn't gained momentum. He really hasn't had a chance to build momentum for himself to the point where people can say, you know what, I want to see this guy. I think this guy deserves a shot. He's always been one of those guys that's been put in a situation, bad timing, wrong place, wrong time type of deal. Tonight I thought it was going to be a little different. I thought Hideo Itami, being that he just turned heel, and Alistair Black being so fucking hot that they could have afforded Alistair Black to lose. But after tonight, I don't think Alistair Black is losing to anybody. I don't think Alistair Black, until he gets that NXT Championship title match that they did mention on tonight's show and commentary, I don't think Alistair Black is losing until he gets that title shot. I thought Hideo Itami was going to win because they just turned him heel. They got this big momentum underneath him now. They want to give him some stability coming from babyface to heel. But they went with the hot hand. They stayed with the hot hand here. Alistair Black gets the victory. These guys literally beat the fucking living shit out of one another, man. Alistair Black was busted open in like 3 minutes. I don't know if he broke his nose, but he was bleeding. Referee quickly got the white gloves on. He let the match go. It wasn't to the point where it was like Hideo Itami a couple weeks ago in his match with Oney Lorcan. It just fucking, like a faucet of blood just came rushing out of his nose, It was subdued. So I don't know if it was a full break or not. But Alistair Black, clearly, most of the match had blood on his face, on his nose, and it was just dried into his goatee. So the kicks, every kick to the face, every kick to the chest, it made the blood rush out a little bit more. It just fucking made me cringe just watching these guys kick one another, man. They beat the shit out of one another. That's the type of match that makes you appreciate both guys in the ring, no matter if they're babyface or heel. They were both appreciated. at the end of this match. Hideo Itami screaming, "Show me respect." Listen, man, there's no way you cannot respect Hideo Itami. There's no way. There's no way. Alistair Black gets the Black Mass out of nowhere. It was a beautiful setup. Again, they're making the Black Mass into the RKO of NXT. It seemingly comes out of nowhere. So we had Hideo Itami really pull out everything in his fucking arsenal, man. I seen Falcon Arrows off the top rope. I seen attempts for the GTS. I seen fucking knee lifts that would knock a normal man's head off. Chops, kicks, punches, open hand palm strikes back and forth. A war of the fucking worlds in the middle of that ring at TakeOver Brooklyn. So, the jumping knee to Itami from Alistair Black stuns him. And Black charges into a Falcon Arrow delivered by Itami. So, Hideo Itami got a fucking big knee lift onto him, takes the momentum that Alistair Black is building, and turns that into a Falcon's Arrow. So, the knee pads come down. Hideo Itami's pulling down the knee pads. He's getting ready for the GTS. He didn't attempt the GTS at all this match. This was the only time. Pulls the knee pad down, going for the GTS. Alistair Black blocks it. He gets out of the GTS. Hideo Itami subdues him for a little bit. Hideo Itami foolishly turns to the crowd and starts pretty much yelling at them, "Show me respect." He's demanding respect. And then Alistair Black said, "You know what? You want some respect? Here." Hideo Itami turns around and eats a Black Mass right in the fucking face. 1, 2, 3, knocks him out cold. These guys beat the shit out of one another. They did mention that a win over Hideo Itami for Alistair Black could put him in line for future consideration for the NXT Championship. He is building his resume for the NXT Championship, and that's exactly what they are going to do. Alistair Black is going to be the next in line for the NXT Championship, and I couldn't be more pleased because the guy is fucking the next big thing in WWE. Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Becky Lynch were there in the crowd, meaning the Women's Championship is coming up. I hated Ember Moon's build up to this match. I was tired of the fucking crying. I was tired of I want redemption. I'm tired of Asuka cheated. As far as I'm concerned, Asuka can do whatever the fuck she wants, man. There's a reason why she's the NXT Women's Champion for 500 days. If she wants to cheat here and there, you know, once in a while, once in the blue, fine. I'll be okay with it. Ember Moon crying, she took this away from me, then I got hurt, Asuka injured me, I was out for a month and a half. Now I'm back to get my title shot. You know, I'm back, I'm going to do it in Brooklyn. Asuka simply stated, nobody is ready for Asuka. Nobody. And those words are words to live by. I will say this. The build, wasn't really all that impressed with the build. At the end of this match, I immediately said this to myself. It wasn't Bayley and Sasha Banks. It wasn't Bayley and Sasha Banks at Brooklyn a couple of years back. That was the best women's match I have ever seen. If you wanted one women's match that gave that fucking match between Bayley and Sasha Banks a run for its money, this is the match. This is the best women's match of the year. There will be no other women's match this year that comes close to that. And we have the Mae Young Classic coming up. And we got a possible Kairi Sane versus Asuka match coming up. I could be eating my words, but right now, in August, from what we've seen all year in WWE, there's not one women's match that we've seen all year that will come close to that match. And we still have September, October, November, December. We still got 4 months left to go in the year for them to top it. It's going to be very difficult for them to do so. Very difficult. Ember Moon came out looking like the Ember Moon I've waited months to see. Nothing, no smiling, no fucking cringe-like promos. She came out, looked fantastic. Entrance looked phenomenal. They made both of these women look like superstars, man. Ember Moon came out with one thing on her mind and one thing only, and that was to take the NXT Championship. They didn't do anything else as far as Ember Moon goes. Asuka is Asuka. Comes out with the charismatic intro, the introduction, you know, the whole mask deal. She's the fucking queen of WWE right now for NXT, the women's champion, 500 days. And they built this match up in a big fucking way. And it only got better as the match went on. It only got better. The one thing I want to say here in this match, everything that these women did was edge of your seat action. Everything. The turning point of this match was the Eclipse. For weeks, WWE built the Eclipse as if Ember nails it, it's over. It's over. Ember Moon actually got Asuka in the Eclipse on the Go Home show. She just came out of nowhere with the Eclipse. Boom, done. You know? And that was it. Or actually, not the Go Home show. The week before the Go Home show. The Go Home show was the contract signing where Asuka was just yelling in Japanese. Ember Moon hits the Eclipse in this match. At this point, this morning, I'm like, oh my God, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. 1, 2, and I swear to God, I thought the match was over. Asuka kicks out. Crowd is going fucking crazy. Crowd's chanting NXT, NXT. Bayley is looking on in the crowd, and I know what she's thinking. Boy, do I wish I was back in NXT. Becky's looking like, yeah, I wish I was back in NXT. Sure, Sasha's thinking the same fucking thing. Boy, how we're treated on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. I wish I was back in NXT. Ember hits the Eclipse, gets a 2 count, and the crowd's going fucking crazy. Asuka kicked out of the move that WWE has built for months. As if they connect it, it's over. Asuka kicked out. There's nothing more for Ember to do. As soon as Ember hit that Eclipse and Asuka kicked out, I knew for a fact Ember was not winning this match. She was not. That was her bread and butter. That was her all in, if you're at the poker table. There's nothing else that Ember Moon can do to Asuka to make me believe. Leading up to this point, Ember did nothing to make me believe she could take the title off Asuka. And then she hits the Eclipse and then Asuka kicks out? Nothing could have been done after that, man. The match was over. Ember goes up again. She's looking to hit the Eclipse again. But instead goes for a high crossbody. Asuka rolls through, grabs the trunks. She rolls through, right? Goes for the pin quickly. Asuka then tries to hook the tights. But the referee's seen it. So Asuka, realizing after she got the Eclipse, afraid that Ember Moon was going to do it again, rolls through with a crossbody and hooks the tights, wanting to end this match quick. And the referee's seen it. Superkick by Ember gives her another near fall. I'm like, wow, they're going to end it on a super kick. So the Eclipse, 1-2 kick out. The crossbody, Asuka rolls through, hooks the tights, right? Asuka arguing with the referee. Ember sees it opening. Super kick right to the face. I thought that was it. They're going to end it with a fucking super kick. 1, 2, she kicks out again. Again. But Asuka then, just laying down. I think she was playing possum at this point. Ember goes over. And then Asuka tries to get her in the Asuka lock in the middle of the ring. First, I think it was a cross arm breaker. And then Asuka turned it into the Asuka lock. At that point, Asuka was in the middle of the ring with Ember Moon. And Ember Moon, surprisingly to me, quickly tapped. It was over. It was over. Asuka tried to raise the title with her shoulder, with her right arm. She couldn't do it. I don't know if she's hurt or not, but it reminded me of Finn Balor's situation where the referee was trying to tell her to lift the title up, and she couldn't do it with her right, so she had to do it with her left. I don't know how injured Asuka is. I haven't looked at the news and notes. I probably won't look at news and notes all weekend until tomorrow. But this match was fucking phenomenal, man. If there's one match that you got to go back and watch, it's a tough one. It's really a tough one, man. Match of the night, it could go to Asuka, Ember Moon. It could go to Johnny Gargano and Andrade Cien Almas. But being that the title was on the line and this one was more important and it had 500 days behind it, that winning streak, right? Asuka's breaking records left and right. This is probably the one with the most investment. just because of that winning streak. This match was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Now, a lot of people told me that Ember Moon and the way that she was sent off last night, you know, Asuka left the ring. She left the ringside area. She went to the back first. Ember Moon was still in the ring. And the send-off that they gave her last night was very reminiscent of someone who gets a send-off before they move to the main roster. Could we see Ember Moon move to the main roster? Yes, it's a possibility, because after she lost to Asuka now, seemingly twice, once in Orlando and now in Brooklyn, Ember Moon's not really going to get another title shot. She's going to have to do a lot to get another shot at Asuka. Is WWE building towards Ember Moon and Asuka again? I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it at all. Or do they move Ember Moon and add stability to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown? Meanwhile, you got Kairi Sane. Are they really going to give Kairi Sane the nod over Asuka, and they're going to have Kairi Sane end Asuka's winning streak? I don't know. They got a few things to do, but right now, Ember seems to be no factor in anything Women's Championship down in NXT. The best thing for her, to get the most value out of her right now, is probably move her up. She's got the in-ring skills. She's got the character to get over. I could see the little girls going crazy over Ember Moon, you know? But Asuka remains undefeated, and that was the right decision. This was the right decision. Asuka winning this match, I've stated it for weeks. On stream, on Twitch, on my reviews, everything. Off the script, my preview and predictions video, Asuka winning makes the most sense. You don't come across a 500-day win streak here, you know, as champion, and you just give that up for Ember Moon. If Ember Moon was the one, WWE would have put the title on her well before. The one thing that stopped her was Asuka. You don't take Asuka's winning streak and you just take that and just throw it away. You can't do it. You can't do it. You've gotten this far. Now you have to take it until you can't take it no more. And WWE could go either way. They got this win streak that could put someone over as monumental. Finally, someone slayed Asuka, right? Or they can continue to book Asuka and have her be the one to just be the most dominant female in the history of this company. And if I'm booking things, I have Asuka remain undefeated. No one beats Asuka. Nobody. I'd have her go to the main roster with the Women's Championship. I'd have her vacate the fucking Women's Championship because she's not making, you know, days to defend it. Nobody's going to break that record anyway. There's not going to be another woman in that division that's going to come close to 500 and some odd days as champion. She's already got that record sealed and delivered. But having her remain undefeated and do the same thing that she did in NXT on the main roster, and then challenge the Women's Champion at WrestleMania, Charlotte, that's the biggest match you can do for WrestleMania in the women's division right now. That's what I would love to see them do. But it's looking like Ember Moon could very well move up. I could definitely see it. And then Asuka and Kairi Sane. I could see Kairi Sane coming out of the Mae Young Classic, winning the NXT Women's Championship. So WWE's got a few ways to go about it. It's going to be very interesting the next couple of weeks to see how WWE plans it out with the Mae Young Classic. Starting, I believe it starts on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Or Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday. And yes, I will be reviewing it. NXT Championship. Drew McIntyre and Bobby Roode. This one was something that was lukewarm. I didn't really find myself invested in this World Championship match to the point where I would love Bobby Roode. I think Drew McIntyre is fantastic. But, the wild card was Roderick Strong. I thought Roderick Strong was going to be one of those guys that was going to be a big factor in this match. By the end of these 23 minutes, there was no sign of Roderick Strong. No sign. The only thing that we got was Drew McIntyre beating Bobby Roode and becoming the NXT champion. Now, with that, I'm thinking, okay, something's up here. Something is going on here. Because Drew McIntyre just coming out after kind of a lukewarm run so far. He doesn't have much going on for him right now. And maybe that was by design. But he hasn't done anything to really warrant him being a world champion yet. Bobby Roode's had such a good thing going. Why would you want to end that? You know? Unless you got a solid plan for him on the main roster, why would you want to take that away from him? But he is aging. He is older, you know? So they might want to strike while the iron is hot with Bobby Roode on either Raw or SmackDown. But Drew McIntyre was given the World Championship. And when that bell rung, I'm like, oh my God. What the fuck is going on here? All of a sudden we see the crowd start standing up. And I sit up. I'm like, here's Adam Cole. Here's Adam Cole. We got Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish again for a second time tonight. They beat down Drew McIntyre after he wins the NXT Championship. All of a sudden, the crowd, I mean the fucking crowd, erupted. Adam Cole comes in and super kicks Drew McIntyre's head off as Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly hold him, and Adam Cole delivers the super kick, knocks McIntyre's head off. He grabs the NXT title, throws the fucking title down. Adam Cole has arrived in NXT, and my God, does he look fucking fantastic. This is NXT. And the one thing that I love is that WWE had McIntyre win the title, right? I thought the fucking show was over. I was about to look at my phone to see how much time we had left. I'm like, they got like 2 minutes left, right? 2 minutes left. Show went 2 hours and 25 minutes. So I'm like, there's not really going to be much else going on. They got the little NXT going home logo in the bottom left of the screen. It's like, the show's over, right? I was about to shut my TV off. All of a sudden, we got this fucking commotion going on. Adam Cole comes in, the fucking logo goes away. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? That's the way you end the fucking show. It's like they're trolling you. Like, yeah, we're going to say goodnight, folks. We're going to say goodnight. They did the same thing with the Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano shit, right? They showed the graphic on the screen. Screen was about to go to black, and then all of a sudden, right, this shit starts going down. Ciampa starts beating up Gargano. Last night, we got Adam Cole coming out of nowhere. Crowd's fucking losing their shit, right? I got one guy at the bar at Solid Monsters Meet and Greet wearing an Adam Cole Baby Bullet Club shirt. I'm like, I think we're going to be seeing him tonight. I thought they were going to go the conventional route and just have him sit in the crowd. I didn't think he was going to get involved. But Adam Cole's such a big name on the indies, there's no reason to keep him sitting in the crowd, man. You got to get him involved. And they got him involved in the best way possible. So what this means is that Adam Cole and Drew McIntyre now are going to be going one-on-one for the title. Looking like the rumors were true. We got a Ring of Honor stable being set up. Maybe another one to be added. I don't know. It could be Donovan Dijak. He's being rumored to come in. Leo Rush. He's rumored to come in starting in September. But right now, the guys that they got on TV and the guys that they got signed, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish and Adam Cole, they're there. So you got a Ring of Honor stable there. They're going to be Cole's backup. He's going to be vying for the world title. This is a great situation. This is great. And it is pretty much an exclamation point on Drew McIntyre moving away from Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode is being moved up to the main roster, no question. We might see him on Raw or SmackDown, to be honest with you. Now, he didn't get a huge send-off, but there's no reason for Bobby Roode to be included now. This looks like a complete shift and change. We go from Bobby Roode, he drops the title to Drew McIntyre, and then all of a sudden, Adam Cole comes out of nowhere, staking his claim to the NXT Championship. Just like that. Just like that. Absolutely epic ending to Takeover, man. Absolutely epic ending to Takeover. Claymore countered into a spine buster by Bobby Roode. Glorious DDT connects. Drew McIntyre kicks out. And he goes for another one. And then he rolls through and goes for a third one. But we get Drew McIntyre getting out of that. Backs up. Hits him with the Claymore. Done. After that Claymore connection, I thought that was it. He ain't kicking out of that. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre wins the NXT World Heavyweight Championship, man. Unbelievable. Adam Cole in the WWE attacks Drew McIntyre after the match, lays him out with Red Dragon. Unbelievable show. Adam Cole at the end gets 16,000 fucking people cheering his name. Adam Cole ringing out through the Barclays Center. SummerSlam is going to have a very, very difficult time fucking matching their show last night. And you know what? I don't think they're going to come even close. Because the only time my interest is going to peak on SummerSlam evening is when that main event hits at 10:30. That's it. That's it. Takeover was fucking phenomenal. If you guys missed it, you're missing out. There's a reason why I say every week NXT is the best brand on television. There's a reason why I've been saying, give NXT time and be patient. If you're not watching, you better start watching after next week's set of tapings, because they'll be back at Full Sail, and NXT's new season will get underway. And there's no reason why you should not be watching. And it's only going to get better from here. NXT is doing things the way that they're supposed to be done. And I can only hope that NXT really, really gives WWE influence to make their shows that good. Because SummerSlam has been built from nothing. NXT's taken Brooklyn, built seemingly from nothing, built around hype, and they turned it into a fucking gem last night. Absolutely amazing show. And I'm actually going to go back and watch it again. That's how damn good it was. And that's your review. Thank you guys so much. I am JD. I'm fucking exhausted, man. I'm still fucking tired. I could sleep all day. But I got a meet and greet to fucking go to. I'm going to hop in the shower. You guys are going to get this. I'm going to head to Brooklyn. I'll see you at 205th. If you guys are there, come call me a goon. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you all. SummerSlam review probably not going to be up tonight. I'll probably do the same thing as last year. Do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow first thing in the morning. So don't expect a review tonight. I will be reviewing the show. But you guys got to give me time. Monday morning will be the destination for the SummerSlam review. Thank you guys so much. I should have a match simulation up this afternoon as well. And I will see you all tonight at 205th. I'll be live tweeting during SummerSlam. And I will see you all tomorrow morning for the SummerSlam review. I am JD. Hit that thumbs up. And I'll see you guys for SummerSlam.